Good evening, everyone. It's great to see you all. Welcome to the December uh, Leader Roundtable and Program Update. My name is Drew Chesney, and I am the Council Commissioner. For those of you who don't know me, it's great to see you all here. And we're going to get rolling. We have a good set of slides for you, and in our efforts to be respectful of everyone's time, we're going to, again, try and keep it under an hour. Everyone should have the opportunity. I know you're all muted, but if you have any questions or thoughts or concerns, feel free to drop them in the chat box. We will also open up the conversation towards the end for any questions and answers. So would love to hear from anybody if you have any questions or that you need addressed based on tonight's presentation, or if you need, we can do any other items. So here we get going. First off, I just wanted to drop my email in here in case anybody needs anything. Again, feel free to drop it in the chat box, but if you want to address something outside of the roundtable or at some point that you need something during the month in between, feel free to drop me an email. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll do our best to help you out. First up this evening is our safety moment with Brian Murray, our Vice President of Safety.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Mark commented that nobody had their holiday backdrop except for Drew, so I got my Festivus poll going. So we're ready to go for that. I'm sure Drew thought this was an odd choice when I suggested that I'd like to talk about depression this evening as the health and safety moment. But I think as we're in the holiday season, one of the things to keep in mind is that this can sometimes be a rough time of year for some folks, people who have experienced loss or others who are struggling a little bit with the social pressures of the holiday. And so BSA is also doing a lot more to recognize mental health as a priority for our scouts and our adults that are in our program. There's new camp standards that are coming in on board as of January 1st related to mental health. So it seemed like an apropos time to talk about that. And in the case of depression, you have acute depression or you have chronic depression. And these are two different forms of depression that obviously last for different periods of time. Some symptoms of depression could include depressed or irritable mood, declining or lack of interest in things that usually provide pleasure, significant but unintended weight loss or gain, deficient or excessive sleeping, much increased or decreased activity level than usual, fatigue, feelings of inferiority or worthlessness, excessive or inappropriate guilt, difficulty in concentrating or indecisiveness, constantly thinking about death or attempted suicide or a specific plan for doing so. Helping someone cope with depression involves listening in a caring way that shows that you're empathetic and understanding. Performing small acts of kindness can help as well. When severe depression is present, the importance of obtaining quality professional health care cannot be overemphasized. It's important to encourage individuals with severe depression, whether acute or chronic forms, to seek appropriate professional help. Healthcare professionals will determine if medication may be helpful in reducing the symptoms of depression. Regardless, the support of family, friends, or caring adults provides a crucial role in helping someone who is depressed. A support system can help encourage a depressed individual to stick with treatment, to practice the coping techniques that are learned through therapy, and establish a mutually understood protocol of how to proceed. Individuals needing professional help can contact their personal physician, guidance counselor at the local National Alliance on Mental Illness chapter, etc. Something that's particularly noteworthy for scouts that are on medication as part of their therapy generally should continue to take this during outings, such as campouts, in accordance with the prescribing physician and scouting guidelines. Just something to think about as you're planning activities during the holiday season and as you're working with scouts year round. I think many of us that are working with youth, either through scouting or in schools, recognize that young people have struggled a lot with the last couple of years in the social development of the COVID years. And so there's a lot of mental health challenges that young people are experiencing right now. And it's something for us to be aware of and in tune with the scouts and other young people that we're working with. I know on a council level, we have some folks that have begun to take the mental health first aid training, and we'd like to expand that opportunity and get that out there so that more and more of our adult volunteers have those skills to be able to respond when the need arises. So thank you for that moment.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. So up next, real quick, a couple quick things for everybody. I just wanted to make sure you're aware of for this week and moving forward. The office will be closing early at 2 p.m. on the 16th this week. So please be aware in case you need to get a hold of somebody or you meant to make an appointment to meet with somebody. Also, Mark, I saw on our website that the Council of Scout Shop has announced new hours. I think it's important for everybody to remember that the Council Scout Shop is owned by National. It's not owned and operated by the Twiniverse Council. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Did I get that correct?
You got it. And that is typically our entrance to our scout office and our professionals and staff in the building. So if you have a need to be in with Tori or Sandy or any of our staff before 10 a.m., probably best to call ahead and make sure that we know you're coming.
Great. And in case anybody were to ask, I think I've seen that they've been trying to find extra help for the Scout Shop. I assume part of the hours reducing is actual available help.
I think it's available help. They also did a time study of when they were, their busiest hours. So I think it was a result of those two things.
Great. Okay. Just wanted to make sure everybody was very aware of these, and please let your families know, or anybody who's planning on traveling down to the office, so they're not in for a surprise and disappointment when they get there. Remind everybody of our commitment to the safety of our youth and our youth protection. As unit leaders, I would hope that we are all very aware which leaders have, their youth protection expired or soon to be expired and are attending it. If we are a direct leader, such as a Scoutmaster, Cub Master, Committee Chair, or COR, it is BSA policy and our hope that you're not allowing adults who do not have a current youth protection and who are not currently registered actively participating with the youth in the program. Remember, they have to be registered. They need to have the background if they're going to be an active participant in the program, and they have to have the background check, and they need to be trained by youth protection. So my regular reminder of this, it's very important, and it's something that you're going to hear a lot more of going forward in the future. I do believe, next up is our charter renewal reminder. This month is the month for renewals. It was our hope that coming up and on the 15th this week, that most units would be at least to the point of completion and submission, so that we can have the opportunity to review it. Remember, your charters expire at the end of this month. So please, if you have any questions or concerns, then make sure you bring them up to us. Happy to sit down and have a conversation with any unit that's having a challenge with this process. It's the same process we experienced last year. It's got some improvements. I have seen some more positive things come out of the changes that they made based on feedback from the previous year. I'm in good communication with Sandy. Sandy is our staff resident expert on this. She's an expert subject matter, so she can help any units through. Your commissioners are a great resource for this as well to find out information. So please, if you have not started this, you really have to get going with this and address that concern. If there's anything that you need, please reach out to us. Tori, I did see that you came on for our membership, right? There she is. Go for it.
All right, thank you, everybody. Sorry, I was running from my den meeting, so ran in and then found out this computer didn't have Zoom downloaded, so sorry for the delay. First of all, I want to say thank you guys all very much to the leaders. We've had a very successful membership year, and a lot of units stepping up and getting excited about the program again and doing a lot of events and being out there. So I'm just going to kind of go over, these are some best practices, some easy stuff to end the year with. One, as we know, it's recharter time, and remember to make sure that all your new applications, I'm sure Drew just went over this, to have that you're holding on to make sure that they're getting in ASAP. We want to make sure that they're processed so your charters can go smoothly with no issues. We want to make sure we get them all in. Another thing is recruitment is continuous throughout the year. Just because we're kind of coming out of the fall doesn't mean we stop recruiting, right? We want to make sure that we're recruiting, that we're constantly out there getting scouting out into the community. This is a great time of year to have some normal friend activities, especially with all the holiday festivities that you have. You can easily bring a friend, and it's a great way to welcome new families and new scouts, especially this time of the year. It's a great way to do it. I threw on here because we have a couple little activities that Aaron worked on that they are doing this on their own, but I really wanted to get it out there. Is the Winter Wonderland, which is in the VA Port Rotterdam. Wednesday is free for all scouts wearing something scouting. That is their program. So if you guys want to check it out, bring your scouts down there or even go as a family. You can go down on a Wednesday night and just, it could be a hat, scouting hat, could be a scouting uniform, anything. And then also check out our table. We do have a table there that they've let us have up during the whole entire season. The weekends, it has been manned by a couple units that were doing crafts and things with the kids. So if your unit wants to kind of hang out there for a couple hours on the weekend to put scouting out there, please reach out to me or Erin, and we'd be glad to let you know and let you know the details. It's very easy to do. And the other is Christmas Land. Christmas Land is in Altamont, New York. You can also find a lot of this stuff right on our website. If you click up under the marketing or the membership, there is actually a membership events, and all of the information is on there for that. But Christmas Land's great. They got some great scout packages, and they got a cool patch. We've had a lot of units and families take advantage of this, that pictures are coming from everywhere, and they tag us in it too. So that's what's really great, is that, they've actually, Christmas Land has put up some pictures saying, hey, we got some great scouts here. We, and then they'll tag Twin Rivers Council. So it's a great way both ways. So just check out those two fun things during the holiday season. Also, troops, it's a great time to reach out to your local community packs to help with any holiday festivities. Introduce yourself to the Cub Scout leaders. It's great for these families, because a lot of them get together this time of the year to start building those relationships. You got AOL crossovers and coming up, great retention tool. So it's a great time to do that. This is something new that just came out, and it's more at the volunteers that now have access to My Scouting membership tool, which includes like your district chairman, your members, district member at large, your district commissioners, unit commissioners, your vice chair. You guys now have access to the membership tools. So you can go in there, check out your units. You can go and look and see what's going on, and have more of an idea where the membership number sits for each individual unit. There is a membership tools user guide. I do have that up on our membership and recruitment website. So if you go right on our website, it's like one of the first things, it'll say My Scouting membership tools, and the user guides there, which is step-by-step. You can also go to the brand center at scouting.org, go to the brand center. And they also just had a webinar this past Thursday, which I was on, and it was actually very good. It'll kind of go a little bit more in depth on how to use the tools and what reports to use. So just wanted to make sure that our volunteers that would have access to that you now have access, especially our commissioners. If you're going and visiting, you guys, before you guys used to bring like the DTRs, or you guys would bring some sort of membership stuff with them. Here you can get on there and kind of see where they're at and see if they've been recruiting. If they're not recruiting, you'll have that information. Okay, Drew.
Hey, Drew, really quick to follow up. Tori, you are very humble at what you do. And Tori did not mention that Tori and her team just positioned the council for membership growth year over year. The number one priority for the council and the key to our success in everything we do depends on new families. And this afternoon, Tori just went positive year to year. So Tori, thank you for your hard work, your team's hard work, your dedication, and your focus on membership. And 3 weeks ahead of where I thought we would be. So fantastic job, outstanding.
Thank you. I was going to mention it, but I was like, no, I'm really excited for that. And we got a great team that does it. I can't take all of it. It's a great team to work with. And this was one of the things here. This was just something fun that I wanted to put out there. Is basically, don't let the Grinch steal your recruitment. And I saw this quote by Lord Baden-Powell: the most worthwhile thing is to try to put happiness into the lives of others. Something completely that the Grinch wouldn't think, huh? These are some things, I won't go through every single one of them, but these were some of the things of feedback we got back, or things that we've seen, and just kind of wanted to put out there and wanted to put a fun holiday twist on it. Some things is we don't recruit because we're a troop. We know that that's not true. Troops and packs should always be recruiting. We aren't doing very well because we don't have a feeder pack. As we know, I call them community packs. You don't want to rely just on your pack. You have packs all around your community you can reach out to, but you also don't want to just rely on them to provide you with new scouts. So just making sure that we don't have parents to get involved. You know what? It's to welcome those parents, make them feel important, talk to them, let them know the importance of role in scouting. Why we only have 4 or 5 scouts and we can't find anyone else to join? Well, then you may need to take a little more deeper look into the program. Why are the kids not engaged? Why are they not passing along how much fun they're having to their peers? So looking at that, we have already recruited, so we're done. Those are like bad words. I don't want to ever hear those words. Recruitment is a year-round process. We want to continuously being able to, because families at different points during the year may have time freed up. I mean, January, February, there's not unless you're involved in hockey or maybe some other winter sports, they're looking for something for their kids to do. Might be a right time to be able to get them into scouting. So always continuously, don't wait until just that certain time of the year. Always continuously bring new scouts in. You don't have any help. Well, if you're stuck and you don't have an answer or need help, the membership team is here. We're glad to help out. Your district commissioners, your unit commissioners, any type of resource is there to be able to help you or point you in the right direction for them. And one of the last things is don't have time to recruit. That's another one. I don't, those are bad words. Because recruitment is easy. It's having your current scouts invite like 2. You're already hosting, and now just add a fun game, add something fun to it. It doesn't need to be difficult or cumbersome. I mean, it can be a really easy and really fun, and you already have a program like our PAC meeting. You already have the program. Invite the families and let them see it. Just maybe add a couple fun things to it. So these are just some fun little things that we have gotten feedback on, or we had. So I just wanted to put out there, don't let the Grinch steal your recruitment. It should be constant and having fun. And I do want to say we did a great job this year because a lot of leaders were engaged and a lot of units showing year-end growth and slowly climbing back up to where we were is amazing. And that's to all of you guys too. So thank you. If you guys have a happy holidays and enjoy. If you guys have any questions, you know where I'm at.
Cool. Thanks, Tori. Appreciate it. Quinn, you're up, man. Quinn's walking around. He's trying to get back to his computer as fast as possible.
Sorry, my cat just knocked down something and I had to pick it up. Hi, everybody. So I just wanted to talk about a few social media tips, just a few good pointers. So the first thing is, what I really like about social media is the freedom that you have as a unit. And it's important to find your niche and find what you might do as one unit might not work for everybody and vice versa. As an example, you can have one unit that all of a sudden has been posting really cool, like personal testimonials. They get a bunch of shares, and who knows, they go viral. It really works in your community. And then another unit can do the exact same thing and nothing happens. It's okay. Everybody has their own technique. And what's important is establishing what works in your unit. Maybe you have somebody that's really into social media and you can do a lot of really cool posts, and other times just sharing a few cool things about your PAC. Hey, we're doing this craft or we're doing this activity or outing is all you need as a unit. What's important is not to say, oh, I really wish that we could do this, but we're not able. Find something that you can do with your platform and do the best that you can do. I always believe whatever you're comfortable with and whatever works for your unit dynamic is really the best way, and also trying different things. But if you have found something comfortable and that's working, definitely continue doing it. I always find social media is a touch point that is just one more, similar to having sorry, my phone's going back. Such as having like a flyer or a banner on like a building or one of those yard signs. It's just one more touch point. So definitely thinking outside the box and trying different things. The other thing is just something I've noticed. I contacted a few units regarding this. We've had some units that have posted their Facebook page on the My.Scouting, and that's fantastic. In some of their other website links, a few of them I've noticed are really old, and the link actually doesn't go to anything, or it goes to a a private group link. So when you click it, they can't actually see anything. So just be aware that the links are really cool, and I think they definitely add benefit to your unit. You just want to make sure they're accessible and they're the correct link. We always talk about updating like the address and like the contact. Also, if you have like a web link, you want to make sure that's up to date as well. Just a good thing to have. I personally have found a few units or sorry, parents that talk to me with my unit, they really like seeing all the cool pictures and things we did as a unit. So I definitely see the strength of having your Facebook page if you don't have a website. So that's definitely a benefit. If you have any questions about social media, feel free to just email me or call me at my number in the office. I'm always happy to help with any unit for social media questions.
Very cool. Thank you, Quinn. Much appreciated. Mr. Shaver would like to know if we can have a meme making seminar. He was actually being serious in that question. He wanted you to know that he was actually being serious. So maybe an opportunity, Mr. Shaver, we should show you Canva. You'll appreciate it. And that may be an opportunity in the future, Quinn. Who knows, to consider. Moving right along, we want to make sure that everyone understood. I don't know how, if there's any outstanding questions on this, but we've had it come up in the last month or so that the email for the Eagle Desk has changed to trceagles@trcscouting.org. Mark, what exactly is the Eagle Desk and what should people use it for?
That's for communicating status, questions, concerns, and the Eagle process. It's really manned by one volunteer, and then in our office staff. In addition to that, Sandy looks at that. So it's it's not necessarily a desk with 30 people, and so that is really the number one tool for communication for those questions and needs. So on the council's website, under volunteer resources, under advancement, there's quite a bit for the Eagle process, Eagle status tracking, steps to the Eagle checklist. And then there is also right in there the link for that email. So if you didn't catch it tonight or you want to share the website in red, please note the email for the Eagle Desk, TRC Eagles at TRC Scouting. And that page is where we keep the news, the latest Eagle Scout application. All those reference materials are right there.
I think it's also important that we emphasize that this is not a replacement for your advancement chair or your Eagle experts that are in your district. They are the ones that can answer your questions and help you with the process directly. But this is what we use to collect a lot of the paperwork and the information and get it actually processed through national and whatnot. So
at least once a week we update the Eagle Scout. I'm looking at it right now, the Council Eagle Scout tracking, and that's literally the steps to that process and each Eagle Scout candidate's name and where they are with a date on those steps. I noted that that was probably the number one customer service phone call we were receiving in the office, and this really cut down on the number of phone calls. Just a quick little reference to make sure that we are moving forward in each of those Scouts Eagle process.
great. Brian, you got a few slides here.
All right. Well, we just want to make you all aware of the dates for Cub Scout resident camp out at Rotary next summer. We are building on the success that we had last year and doubling the number of sessions that we're offering for Cub Scout resident camp. So we are offering 2 sessions, one from Sunday to Wednesday, the second from Wednesday to Saturday. The dates are on the screen there. July 23rd to 26th is the first session. July 26th to 29 is the second. This is just a really great time. It was the staff and I have had a lot of fun with this last couple of years, and the Scouts had a fantastic time as well last year. And our theme for Cub Scout resident camp this year is going to be a jungle safari. So we're going to be ready to have fun with the kids doing those kinds of activities. We'll have aquatics activities, swimming, we'll have fishing, we'll have shooting sports activities, crafts, you name it. We've got it going on at resident camp, and it's a really fantastic opportunity for the Scouts to come out and have a lot of fun. And so we encourage packs and dens to come together, to organize to come together. We do keep the families together and home packs and home dens together in the campsites when they are coming with us. So if you happen to have multiple Cub Scouts in a family, they will not get split up into different campsites or anything like that. We'll keep them together. And yeah, it's a fantastic activity for them. A lot of fun. What else we got here? We got more slides. More slides. We got more slides. We got, speaking of slides, we've got a water slide. We've got Scouts BSA resident camp as well at camp next summer. So we're running 4 weeks of Scouts BSA resident camp, first 2 weeks of July, first 2 weeks of August. We got the Cub resident camp is in the middle there. And so looking forward to a great program. We introduced our water slide there midway through the season last year. This year we'll start off the year with it in place. So we'll have that. We're going to be bringing back STEM Week. The ever popular STEM Week program will be the second week of July. Still taking reservations for troops that would like to come on out and join us for camp. Over 40 some merit badges that are offered, a number of other programs that are non-merit badge specific, such as Project Cope, such as BSA Lifeguard. Lots of fun and exciting opportunities for Scouts. And we'll have some more to say about that as we move forward as well. What else we got here? Yes, we have a little bit closer on the calendar. We started a new tradition this year out at camp on the New Year's Day of 2012 to kick off our centennial year. We launched our first day hike opportunity, and it was so popular. It's a new tradition now. We're bringing it back. So in a couple of weeks on January 1st, we invite you all to come on out and just participate in an opportunity to welcome the new year. Hopefully it'll be great weather like we had last year, and folks will be able to take a walk around camp. We will have some organized hikes. We'll have some hike up to the cliffs for those that are interested. Our camp ranger, assistant ranger, and camp historian Ed Keelan is going to be leading an abandoned campsite hike, building off of last year. He did one that was a 1922 themed hike, and this year it's the abandoned campsite. So you get to go see some of the different sites that were in use at one point but are not in use anymore because we've relocated, and different things happen over the decades. So there's some really cool stuff to see there. It's open from 10 to 2. We'll have a warming hut at Seneca Lodge with soup and hot cocoa and cider type stuff. And it is, best of all, it is free, and all participants will receive this fancy water bottle or laptop sticker for participating. So come on out and enjoy the first day of the year with a nice hike outdoors. I feel like there's one more.
No, I think you had them all there, so you're good.
Oh, I had another one for staff. I don't know if you've got that later on.
You may just want to talk about it now.
Why don't I do that now? I was good. So we are certainly looking for great folks to help us with the program next summer out at camp. This is our time when we start actively recruiting for staff, looking for the folks that are returning. We'll have folks returning from last year. We've built a really good culture, a really good crew of staff members, and we got some folks on the call here tonight that have been with us in the past and hopefully will be with us in some capacity in the future. And we have an open opportunity for those who are interested in joining us on staff. We have the CIT program, which is for Scouts that are age 15 and have completed at least first class Scout. And that's a fantastic opportunity. The CIT program really is a really strong feeder program to the staff program. It's a great leadership program. And it's a really nice experience for that older Scout that's done camp for a few years and is thinking about possible interest in moving on to that in staff. And then for 16 and up, we've got staff opportunities. Some of our positions require 18-year-olds, some of them require 21-year-olds. And so it's not just younger staff that we're looking for, but also older staff, people with skills, climbing directors, aquatics people, health officer type people. We're looking for lots of different qualifications. So if you're interested, thinking about it, you can take a look at the website that's not on your screen right now. So I'll throw it in the chat box there, but it is right on our camp website. You can go right to the front page of the website, and there's a box there for it to express your interest in joining staff. There's an online application, and we will reach out for an interview and love to have you or somebody else that you may recommend working with us. We'll just put in a plug for Scoutmasters and those who are, you're some of our best recruiters. Our two best recruiters are our existing staff who tap those Scouts on the shoulder at summer camp and say, hey, you'd be really good at this. You should really sign up for next year. And our other best recruiter is you, our adult leaders, who can recognize those strong Scouts within your troop and say, hey, you really should think about this. This is a great opportunity to go spend a summer at camp. If it's a CITs get the opportunity to continue to earn merit badges while they're at camp. And it's an opportunity for them to give back, to learn job skills. They're going to get an interview. They're going to, learn professional skills, job skills that are going to serve them well moving forward. And also, for both staff and CITs, they're not lost to you when your troop comes out to camp. We certainly make it possible and even encourage, if there are CITs and staff members with us, if your troop comes to camp and you would like to have them stay on the site with you for that week, they're welcome to do so. They're still going to have their responsibilities and things to do during the day while the other scouts are at program. But sometimes troops, I think, are a little nervous. Well, what's going to happen if I lose my SPL for summer camp or something like that? They can still be with you for meals. They can still be with you in the evening, you know, when their responsibilities are done, and they can be supporting your troop and supporting the camp operations and the other scouts. So Mark just threw the website in the chat box there for you. So feel free to go head over there or forward that link to scouts in your troop. Any of the scouts that signed up in my big book of staff interest over the summer this year just got a letter from me a few weeks back. So hopefully I've already seen people starting to apply. So spread the word. We're looking for great staff.
And Brian's been a very good advocate for his staff and our staff salaries. And we are squeezing the council's budget as hard as we possibly can to give Brian a few more dollars for more staff and more salary, and try to make those positions competitive. And we know that's important for our staff age scouts.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. My bad on the slide. That was all me. All right. Upcoming Klondike Derbies, just so everybody's aware, so you can spread the word with your units. You don't necessarily have to go to your particular district if there has a different date and location that works best for you. But we have them listed out for 4 out of our 5 districts listed here. So feel free to take a look. All of this information is what I received off of the council website today. So it is up and posted. So take a look if you need anything. I think most of these also have registrations open and available at this point, if I recall correctly. We have 2 ice fishing events coming up, and they are completely different in nature and I think audience. I believe I saw Bill on here. Bill, do you want to put a plug in for the Rotary one? I think that's something that you're involved with, right?
Yeah, the Rotary one is less of a competition and more of a good time for the kids. We have enough adults out there that are what I'll call professional ice fishers. We get the holes opened up in the ice early. We will have some bait. We will have some tackle, although we largely recommend that people to bring it with them. We'll have a warming zone set up on the lodge on the steps of Seneca, and it's have a good time. You can also, if you want to use the camp for some walkabout in the snow or perhaps slide down some of the hills, that's available as well. We don't do a competition. We don't have a pool for it. We just have a good time ice fishing.
What was the date of that, Bill?
Oh, I want to say February. Wait one. I'll look it up.
I see I put a range on here, and I think that's because I did some poor editing. Don't tell my boss, but I did this while I was doing a training for work today. So I obviously did not edit correctly. So I just wanted to get an accurate date. We'll get that up for everybody. February 11th. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that.
That's what I thought.
All right. And then, yeah, I did terrible editing on this slide.
Oh, look at this high-tech little bugger. I like this.
Mark, do you want to touch base on the council one? Because that is a completely different animal.
I think I saw Rob, if you're, I think I saw Rob on, and he's probably a better at this point to share details. Rob, are you still with us? Give me a second, circle back around on me.
Okay, appreciate that. And we'll get the date corrected. Sorry, everyone. My editing skills obviously failed me today.
Hey, you got it on there, bud.
We still have opportunity for the National Jamboree. It's coming up. We have it coming this summer. There's opportunities for participants. There's opportunities for staffing as well. We have the Twin Rivers Council has taken the lead on a female-only troop that it will be attending down from our area. So I think we have 2 units going, Mark.
I'm still working on the ice fishing.
All right, never mind. So if you do have somebody who is interested, please do not think the opportunity is past us.
Yeah,
The National
we actually just started filling our second bus. There are plenty of seats available for the Jamboree, both female and male troop opportunities. Yep.
And if you have older individuals, or if they're OA, talk to the OA. There's opportunity for service corps opportunities, and there is a lot of requests for staffing. If you're an adult and have interest in going down, and they have staffing opportunities for all types of skills and abilities. So please feel free to reach out and ask. The door of opportunity is there for you. So I'm going to keep it up for another couple months. It's still a possibility for you if you want to go.
And
We have
on
some
ice fishing, Drew, the Waukpobney Ice Fishing Tournament, which is open for scouts and the public, is Saturday, February 18th at Waukpobney. So we'll have website registration, costs, all of that pretty soon. Artie's was our sponsor last year and will sponsor again this year, but that's usually a early morning start, drill your holes and spend the day fishing, and ends with prizes, and we've got food and some other things going on there. Really neat opportunity, even for young Cub Scouts that have never gone ice fishing before. We've got instructions in a section of the lake just for them.
Very cool. Thank you. Doug, who do we reach out to for helping or staffing at the Jamboree? Drop me an email or reach out to Tyler in the office. We can point you to the right registration pages and resources for that.
If
Happy
it's
to do
straight
that.
up staff and not really going with our council contingent, that's through national. If
Right.
you're curious about helping out and volunteering with our contingent as a troop leader, reach out to Tyler.
Yep, and we can point you in the right resources either way.
Yep.
Trainings, these are a bit out, but just wanted to start putting them on your radar at this point. A Den Leader training, that's going to be a Zoom interactive that's on the schedule tentatively right now. We have IOLS on the schedule tentatively, and also Blue. So if you have individuals who are in need, please make sure they're aware of these dates. Registration is not available yet. It's a little bit soon, but just to keep it penciled in on your calendars. Also coming up in training, we have been confirmed that we will have the University of Scouting back at the Shaker High School this year in Colony. It's Cheryl told me it's going to be March 18th. The University of Scouting is a fantastic opportunity for all adult leaders and volunteers to come and participate, get fellowships and networking, meet a lot of individuals who are subject matter experts in a bunch of areas, and you pretty much spend the day attending about 5 to 7 courses, depending on what you sign up for, that are not necessarily just Den Leader specific or official trainings. They are opportunities for you to learn more about how to enhance your program for the youth and for your units. And it is a great event that I would strongly encourage all individuals to throw on their calendars. For those of you who are experienced and have a wealth of knowledge, I know that the committee is always looking for individuals to help bolster their educator and instructor ranks. So feel free to raise your hand on that one and inquire. We'd love to get you in touch with the right individuals. But at this point, we do have the dates and the location confirmed, just so everybody can start making sure that it's on their calendars. Cool. Those are the big items that I had to get through this evening. There's 2 individuals I just want to give the floor to real quick. One of them knows, the other one doesn't. Mr. Shaver, you were throwing out some stuff for the OA. Do you want to touch on anything real quick or emphasize anything that you typed out? I put him on the spot, but he's working on it.
Did you say me?
Yes. I noticed you threw some stuff in there for the OA. Is there anything that you want to emphasize or really relay for the group?
No, not at this time. Our next major event is in March with an event at Waukpobney weekend event. But other than that, we'll be contacting you about dues earlier in the year, January, February.
Great. Okay, I see. It was the dues is one of the big ones. Okay. And then Mark, anything you want to touch on before we open up?
Sure, I'll piggyback on the OA. we typically schedule OA elections and presentations. We're also interested in piggybacking on top of those for our troops. Some presentations on resident camp. So if your troop hasn't made up its mind on where to camp, we'd like to piggyback a presentation to your families and scouts with those OA elections. Also would like to welcome a new council employee to the team. Robert or Bob McPherson on January 1st is starting as our Camp Waupamani supervisor. So that supervisor role is going to be slightly different than what we typically would call a ranger for the camp. Bob's going to handle security. He's going to live in the ranger house there, handle security. The house will be lived in and cared for. He's going to take care of plowing when it's needed, and then really keep an eye on fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, keeping roads clear of fallen limbs, and access for units that are renting the property. We're going to put that notice out in our next council e-news probably midweek. So look for that, and welcome Bob if you get a chance. We talked Jamboree. I wanted to just draw attention to the popcorn campaign that's coming to an end. Our sale was spot on our expectation, kind of post-COVID, getting scouts back out there doing shows and sells. And we put about $142,000 in the hands of our scouts for commission. And our hope is they use that commission towards summer camp, resident camp, day camp, equipment for camp, and get our camping numbers back up where we had them before COVID. So very successful popcorn sale, right on budget. And the last thing I have here, Drew, is if you have not seen the Times Union story that came out last week, it was, I think, a very fair and good article on our council specifically and our solutions to our kind of post-COVID and post-bankruptcy situation, and what our board of directors decided for our course. And I think it was very well written, and it shares with the public that our intention is to keep our camps and continue to use our camps and get our membership back up to a level where we can have both camps operating again. So take a look at that article if you have a chance. Drew, that's it.
Fantastic. There's a quick question. If you could just looking for Bob's full name again. Somebody was Jim C.
Robert McPherson.
Yeah.
And he comes to us. He was I attended camp there as a kid. He's familiar with us. Really handy guy. His start date's January 1st, but he's already cleaned the chimney. He's already hooked up high-speed internet at the Ranger house, fixed the snow plow, rewired the plow, got a new battery for the plow, and he hasn't even started work yet. So he's gonna work out just fine.
Great, fantastic. Well, everyone, that is the depth and breadth of the information that we wanted to share with you this month. We're going to hang out for a little bit and give everybody an opportunity to ask any questions, talk anything you'd like to talk about, a little bit of the meeting after a meeting, but the recording will stop in a couple minutes. Thank you so much for attending. As promised, we're under an hour, as we always try to be. If there's anything you'd like to see talked about in the future, presentation, any type of topics, feel free to drop me an email or let us know in the chat, or we can talk afterwards. Happy to throw anything together and arrange anything that would be useful to you in your efforts to serve the youth of our council. I wish everyone very happy holidays, and enjoy and warm time with your families. I hope you're safe. And God, thanks for you do for scouting. I appreciate everything you do, and we will certainly see you around. But maybe in the new year we'll get together again with this roundtable. So thank you again, everyone. And like I said, we'll hang out with any questions or anything anyone wants to talk about.